Yeah, man, this shit crazy, man. I want to say rest in peace to Regina Kings Son. Um, he committed suicide. Now everybody know Regina King. She that lady. She was on Boys in the Hood. She was on. I think she was on 227 back in the day. She was like kind of like the first Nia Long. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people grew up off. A lot of people grew up off Regina King, and her son looked just like her. He was only 26, man, and he ended up committing suicide. And the shit crazy, cause like he was probably well off. His mom was an actress, so she had a little bit of money. So he kind of came up probably privileged. And I noticed, it'd be crazy, cause privileged people be like committing suicide a lot, cause they ain't been through. They ain't come up in the hood. Kind of give you a broken spirit. And in a lot of ways it's bad, but in sometimes like these it'd be good, because when you grow up in the hood or grow up kind of unfortunate a little bit, you kind of already been through a few storms, so you can kind of cope with hard situations, and it don't feel like your life closing in. It don't feel like it's not as intense, it's not as stressful. Um, So you see a lot of privileged people taking their life, but it's just sad because they look like they were so close. It was her only son. I got two daughters. I can only imagine like having to bury one of my daughters, and I be worried about my daughters because they growing up, and we stay in we stay in a nice part of Texas, man. So my oldest daughter be stressed out behind school and stuff like that. And in my mind, I be thinking, when I was 13, I was going through way more. But it's like, that's not her life. She growing up in a nice neighborhood. Her friends got different privileged things and stuff like that. So she could, and when you a young person, you can get so stressed out, man. Like a lot of young people commit suicide. I knew this Mexican girl in high school that committed suicide, and I didn't even know why. Like nobody even be knowing why, and it's just because deep down inside, people be battling with stuff a little more than you think on the surface. You know what I'm saying? Like, um, you know, and some people can't handle it. That's why I'm one of them uplifting, inspiring people. Like, I always listen. When I'm around people, I'm real observant. And, like, I try to be a person that you can lean on. Like, people get around you, they might give a little hint about something that's really on their mind. And when they do, like, some people don't just open all the way up. They might just say a little bit of it every now and then. Like, oh, they might just get to a point where they're like, oh, just something, and then they might not say nothing about it no more, or then they say it again like another 2 weeks from then. When people let out a little bit of stuff that they want to vent about, draw the rest of it out of them, if you can. Like, act like it might not be important to nobody else, but act like it's important to you. Like, draw it out, because a lot of people just be needing to get it off their chest. Draw it out of them. Be a good listener. It's not cool to be one of the people like, well, I can handle tough situations, so you should be able to. Like, no, some people, it ain't like that. Clearly, it wasn't like that for him. He grew up privileged and everything, and it wasn't like that for him. So evidently, he was battling with something. So when somebody's battling with something, just draw it. If they're not comfortable letting it out, draw it out of them, because you never know, they can kill themselves. I've been suicidal before. I thought, like, the suicide demon is an old demon. The suicide demon is an old demon. It's an ancient demon that's been here kind of since the beginning of time. A suicide demon to come put his arm around you, talk with you, walk with you, comfort you, walk you to the edge of a cliff and be like, now go ahead and jump now. You done told me your story, go ahead and jump. A suicide demon to talk to you, put his arm around you. It's a real, people that's thought about suicide, they've thought about it like plenty of times. You know what I'm saying? The suicide demon to walk with you, talk with you, and say, hey, man, see that knife, man, gone, you be looking at the demon like, damn, bro, I don't want to kill myself. You know what I'm saying? He's like, oh, okay, well, man, let me go and disappear for a minute, then I'll be back to push you over here to see them pills right there. Yeah, man, for real, that's crazy. Suicide demon be like, that's crazy, man. Yeah, I mean, you could just end it all right now, man. I mean, you know, you're not gonna feel nothing no more. You're not gonna be able to see people crying over you and be able to see the aftermath of all this. But this feeling you feeling right now, it's too much, man. Go on and just, man. And that's Satan trying to come. See, Satan, he come to you through depression. The Satan's #1 job before he ultimately destroy you and get you in hell where he could torture you for the rest of your eternity. One of Satan's most ultimate goals is depression, friction, uncertainty, anxiety. Those are all tools of Satan. Anxiety, regret, what if I would have did this, or I'm not doing that, I'm wasting my time. And then it put that intense anxiety out in your body where it's almost like make the anxiety be so strong it'll make you itch. But see, that's when all you gotta do is close your eyes and think of the Lord and call on the Lord. And just the same way the devil show you all the super negative things that make you want to jump off the cliff, God can show you all the positive things that make you just want to, man, shit. The greatest gift is life. The greatest gift is, to live another day. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you at your lowest point, the only place you can go is up. If you're at your lowest point. You know what I'm saying? So, just, don't be so hard on yourself and take advantage of your life. Take advantage of the good things in life. Breathing, reading, enjoying nature, enjoying yourself, looking in the mirror, just looking at yourself. Like, damn, I'm really here. I'm really in this bitch. Look at me. I'm alive and shit. I'm here. Man, it's too many mechanisms to walk you up off that cliff, to take that suicide demon arm away from you and say, nah, I'm good, bro. I got a lot of living to do. You could bounce back from anything, man. I'm telling you. I'm the bounce back king, man. A grenade could blow up right here next to me, and then I'd be looking like Fire Marshal Bill, thinking about how I'm finna bounce back. You gotta have that bounce back game in your game, man. Don't never let that suicide demon get you there. And even just the suicide, just don't let depression get you there. The devil wants you dead. The devil wants you to commit suicide. Some people, they commit suicide while they're alive. I did it. I was depressed for like 3 years, and I was in a bad mood for like 3 years. Suicide demon had got to me. He couldn't take me out, but he was always there whenever I needed to talk about that. Notice how when you think about suicide, your mind will just start racing. And it's weird because it's like a comforting feeling. Like, it's times where I thought about suicide so much that where I done got kind of scared, thinking about how much I had conditioned my mind to be ready to kill myself. Oh shit, man, I didn't even almost kill myself, but just the thought of me even thinking about, man, my daughter done seen enough of me. My daughters, they gonna remember me, and my mom, I didn't make her proud. And shit, I snap up out of it, man. That suicide demon, a motherfucker. And just battle. If it's tough, battle it out. If it's tough, battle it out, because you're not going to be able to be at your own funeral. You're not going to be able to see yourself in the casket and see everybody crying over you. You're not going to see the aftermath of when you die. It's just going to be like. So battle that shit out, man. Rest in peace to Regina Kings Son. And it's just crazy how the devil pay anybody a visit. Hard times hitting anybody. You know what I'm saying? So that should just let y'all know to appreciate life and appreciate what you do got. And just, man, shit, always be a lending ear to somebody. Always listen to somebody. When somebody trying to vent to you, just listen, man. Just, if they want a little feedback, give them some feedback. But always be there to let somebody vent, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of the people, I don't really need to vent to nobody. I got one person I talk to about my problems, and that's like the only person I really talk to. I'm more of be an uplifting person, be an inspiration, and just always just pry. Like I say, when people say a little something that's negative and they keep saying, just ask them, man, why you always be saying that, man? I always thought when you say that you be tripping, man. That like talk them off the cliff, man. You never know, man. Talk them off the cliff.